Welcome viewers to Diecast Labs Australia. I'll warn you now that this is a lengthy video of an unboxing from my purchases that went via Martin there, who was my postmaster. And as you know, Martin recently passed away. So this is a difficult unboxing. There may be gaps while I yabber on, because these castings are the last I'll ever have that Martin has touched for me. Anyway, let's get on with the show. We'll start off with the king size or the larger models, and then we'll move on to the smaller models. The reason why I don't do many unboxings like the once a month ones that Martin used to do is, well, I had to wait for them, and I usually wait 3 to 6 months before they arrive in Australia. I never pushed Martin to send them out straight away. I just said, look, when we've got a 2 kilo box, send it out. And that might take, so 3 months before that box gets to 2 kilos. Again, I'm waffling on, so let's move on. First up is this Matchbox compactor truck. It is all there, minus a tyre. But we won't have an issue with that because we can 3D print. Mumble mouth already here. 3D print them. And you'll hear me say that quite often through this video, that we can 3D print them. So by all means, join in when I say, what can we do? We can 3D print them. So window unit's in good order. So there's that one. We have the Matchbox crane truck, or wreck truck if you like. It does have all its tyres. The rear corner here is bent, so it's stopping the tyre from moving. The crane here, of course, or the jib is broken. The window unit seems to be in good order. There's no interiors in these. And the headboard is slightly loose. We have a Matchbox Speed Kings shovel nose. As a kid, this used to be one of my favourite castings because it looked different at the time. I'll put this in with the other one that eventually will get done. It didn't get any votes in the viewer competition, or the viewer's choice. That particular vehicle did not get any votes at that time. We have the Matchbox king size horse float. It does have both of its doors. It has all of its wheels. The window unit in the tractor is in good condition. The window here has a couple of scratches in it, but it's not broken. The same thing with the top of there. So we'll have to eventually find some livestock for it. Right, we have the Scammell log truck. We only have the front part. We don't have the trailer that goes on here. I may have it in my stash. Whether the axles are rusty, I don't know, but the wheels are very tight and don't really want to turn, except for the front one. These ones are very sticky. The log holder does swing. The window unit is in good condition, has the horns, and it still has the plastic grille. We have the Matchbox Scammell tipper truck. This one's in relatively good order, paint-wise. Wheels move nicely. The only thing is that it is missing its front grille. But here we go. What can we do? We can 3D print the grille, because there is a file out there. And I've done a test print, but I haven't done anything with the other Scammells that I've got that are missing the grills. We've done a test print and we know that it fits. So that is that. All right. The hovering ham tipper. This one still has its tailgate. It is missing one tyre, but what can we do? We can 3D print them. The cab looks a little bit bent that way up the top. The window unit is in fair condition. The horn is broken. Say it out loud. We can 3D print them. We have another hovering ham, but it is missing its back. It does have a good horn on it. The paint is in not too bad condition. It does have all its tyres. It still has the hydraulics. So we may put a tipper back on it, or we'll put something else on it. This is the last of the large items that we have. This one will need a bit of work, and it is the Guy Warrior transporter. Now it is missing the pin up here for it to go to connect up there, and there's an issue with the locating pin down here, and also to allow it to properly come forward, but that may change should we pull that pin out from the back to give it there. As in the other one, it is missing a tyre, and you know what we can do with that. So that's the last of the large items. Let me clear the deck and we'll move on to the smalls. Alright, now that we've cleared the decks of the king size, now we're going to look at roughly about 10 kilos of the small matchbox cars. and a couple of Hot Wheels. I have a cat dancing around my feet. Of course, this is time of recording is about 1:30 in the morning for me. I've had very little sleep the last few days. Not because of Martin, because of other things. Excitement of something that I've learnt how to use. But in any case, stop waffling, Michael. Let's get on with the show. All right. First up, we have Lamborghini Marzell. These things breed like rabbits. When you've got one, you'll have more. This one's got good window. The tyres are dirty, but not in otherwise bad condition. This one has corrosion on the front. Needs a wheel alignment. Yep, that window unit is quite good. And the third one, well, it's a basket case. Needs a window unit, needs a wheel alignment. It needs a good and thorough clean-up. Next we have might help if I held it the right way, wouldn't it? There we go. The Porsche 910. It's been in a few races, but the window unit is good. Tyres are good, I think. No, it needs a wheel alignment. And then we have two of these. The Ford Group 6. This one has a black base. This one has a clear base. Don't know if it'll show up on camera, but there is a colour difference on them. This one is slightly darker than this one. So different times through the factory, different days. Some of them that got painted bases, some didn't. There you go. So if you're doing a restoration, a proper one, I don't do that. A proper restoration, when you're matching colours, go with the one that is the casting that you have, not a casting that you see on the internet, on photos, because the colour is different to what you have. Because then you'll get the rivet counter say, oh, you didn't paint it the right colour. They're looking at a photo, not in what's in front of them. End of my rant. I am tired. And of course, the other. Alright, getting back into this, we have the Mercury commuter wagon, still has the dogs. The taillights remind me of the 1966-67 HR Holdens here in Australia. We have another two Mercuries, at this time in the sedan version. This time, this one's a police vehicle. The sticker's not too bad. The beacon isn't too bad. It's in fair condition. The window unit is good. It still has the driver in it, but it is missing the front wheel and axle. Then we have the police version, super fast. And a Mercury, missing all its stickers. Beacon is recoverable. This has the later superfast wheels on it because they're the fat ones. And this is the thin superfast wheels. And here's the example as to why I lost interest in Matchbox when they went to the fat superfast wheels. Have a look at the difference in the wheel arches. This one, the white one, proper. The red one to accommodate the new wheels, so to change the wheel arches. I have a cat, that's demanding something, so I'll come back. Okay, I've dealt with the cat. Don't worry, he's still alive. Just wanted some food. Alright, let's keep going. We have the Matchbox Mercedes-Benz convertible. This one has a good screen, has a little bit of paint on it, but somebody got hungry and took the corner out. So whether we can repair that or not, I don't know. And of course we have another one that has been painted but is missing the screen. So we have bits and pieces. Right, we have the Bellinettas. We have two. One with good paint and one with almost no paint. Have the wheels. The one with no paint has good glass in it and still has its tow hook. The one that has good paint has no glass and still has its tow hook. So we can do something with that. We have that way around the BMC 1800 Pininfarina. This one has window unit we can make a mould of to make a buck on it, to make a new screen. It's got corrosion on it. Does have opening doors. We have a second one. Window unit is better, but the A pillar is broken. We'll have to see if we can heat that up in boiling water and give it a taparoo to straighten it up. It may break, which is most likely. Hopefully we don't lose it, and we can use that to glue it back in. Otherwise we go to our other method using split pins or cotter pins. Regular wheels, Opel Diplomat, been over painted. Bonnet does open of sorts, still has its engine in it. The window unit is good, even though it's got paint on it. Like I said, regular wheels, tow hook intact. Here we have the super fast version. Tow hook is intact. Window unit is kaput, and like that BMC, that A pillar is there, but hopefully with some hot water, boiling hot water, we might be able to straighten that up. We need to find an engine and a bonnet for it. But I'm doing experiments that we might be able to do it without having to purchase, because there are no 3D printable parts for them yet. This is what my experiment is about, to be able to produce 3D printed parts. Right, we have regular wheels and super fast wheel ISO or isogriffos. The super fast version, this is the fat wheeled version. That actually kept the wheel arches nice, missing both doors. So with my experiment, I'll be using the doors on this one. They both have good window units, and this one still has its tow hook, this one doesn't. Now I have done the isogriffo on my channel before, so these will be done off camera. If I've done it on the camera, excuse me, the cat is again, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I can understand why that cat wanted my attention. He's done an almighty stinky dump. Oh dear. Oh, that's cleared me nostrils. All right, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to look at the last deliveries that I'll ever get that came via Martin there. Yeah, Martin. Yeah, okay, we have the regular wheeled Ford Zodiacs. Window units on both of them are okay. They're both missing the bonnets. So we've got them to do. Go back onto there, thank you very much. Alright, we have a regular wheels, and we have a super fast wheels, the Lincoln Continental. The boot lid on this one is, the hinge is broken. I will most likely glue that one shut altogether. A static display, it's not going to worry about it. Needs a wheel alignment on there. The regular wheeled version, which is the same green as the Fiat 1500, that boot lid is in an okay condition. And I could make a workshop diorama and, you know, just have that boot open like so, something like that. I don't know. We'll see what happens when we get round to it. Come on, stay over there. Thank you very much, Lee. We have regular wheels and super fast wheels version of the pipe truck. This is missing the plastic piece on the back here that has these uprights to stop the pipes from falling off. The window units are in okay condition. So you can hold them both in the one hand. The common thing that breaks on these is the front bumper. The regular wheels version, that is good. The orange one, it is broken on this side. But there is a file that Lee from Time Rider or Wee Little Cars, he produced a 3D print file that you can 3D print them. That's what the community is about, helping each other. Alright, we have the GMC refrigerator trucks. Both screens are in good order. One of them is falling down, as you can see. They have their wheels. They are both missing their rear doors, but I have the file to 3D print them. And here's another example. It should be showing up on camera, the difference in the green and in the red of the same vehicle. So one could be at the end of the line, one could be at the beginning of the line, one could have been painted on Friday, one could have been painted on the Wednesday. You don't know. So again, going back to saying earlier that if you're doing a restoration, colour matching, do it with the vehicle that is in front of you. Another GMC truck. This one has the tilting cabin to show an engine. It is also a tipper, and it still has its tailgate working, has all its wheels, needs a new paint job. So we're going with that. Alright, we're going to some Fords again. We have the regular wheeled kennel trucks, broken front grills, that's okay. I can either use my mould and do a resin cast, or we can 3D print, because I do have the files for it. I have the files for the canopy that goes on the back, which is clear. I've never tried printing with clear resin, so that might be interesting to see how that works out. And we'll need to find what animals or what dogs were in the kennel truck. If it's a kennel truck, then it would have been dogs. That's my assumption. We also have the super fast version of the red Ford pickup. Like the kennel truck, it is missing the front grille, and it is missing the white canopy on the back. But again, we have the 3D files, the STL files, to print them. So in future, when I say, guess what we're going to do with it, just say 3D print, and I want to hear you. That's not going to work, Michael. That's not going to work. Stick that one there like that, and just put that one in front. Alright, we have a couple of racing cars. Right, we have the does it say on there? I see Matchbox series made in England by Lesney, but it doesn't say whether it's a Lotus or not. Don't know. It is missing one of its tyres, and I think it's missing a driver. There's no steering wheel in it. I don't know if it came with one. That I don't know. This is the Ferrari. This has all its wheels, has a steering wheel, missing a driver. And we have two Dodge trucks. This is the stake truck. The piece on the back is intact. It's not broken, it's not cracked. It is, however, missing its wheels and a rear axle. What can we do? Let me hear it. We can 3D print the wheels. I have the file, and we can make an axle. This one, if it'll focus, Matchbox series number 37. It does say cattle truck, So it must be the one that has the grey back on it. It's not the same as this one because it is much shorter. Have to look it up. But it has the same front on it, so we'll... Oh, these Fords don't like to stay together, do they? I'll put them together there. And then we have the field car. Get it in the centre. It is missing all 5 of its tyres. It is missing its window frame. It is missing its roof, actually, the whole thing. Right, that's on there. Missing all of that. But in the job lot came this one that has 4 of its tyres, missing the tyre on the back, has an excellent roof and window frame. That one's in excellent condition. Come on, stack on there like in a wrecking yard. Thank you. We have another one. Does have all its wheels or tyres except for the spare on the back. It looks like someone was trying to lever out the canopy. It's made it a little bit easier for me in that I just need to get the burr tool to get to the centre one to lift this off, so that I can make copies for all the other ones that all the other field cars that I have on there. That is the end of all the multiple same units that I've got. Now we go to the one-offs. If I turn this box around, the one-offs is the Rolls-Royce coupe, missing its screen, missing the cover on the back here that we can 3D print. We can 3D print the rear boot lid. Now the rear boot lid on this is the same as the maroon version of the 4-door, and the front grille and lights and bumper also fit the maroon version of that. We have a Imposter. It's not a Matchbox. It is a Hot Wheels. Focus. Did I have it the right way the first time? Yes, I did. Yeah, it's the Chrysler Dodge Challenger, not Charger, Challenger. There we go. Yeah, well, I'm not a big Hot Wheels person on that one. So, $1989. If we focus, this is one that Martin Dare did not too long ago. It was either Martin Dare or Marty's Matchbox Makeovers, one of the two. I'll just call it a crane truck. That's working. Has the hook on the end of it. Yeah, so that's that one. have the Lotus Europa. This, I think, is the transition model from the metallic blue before they went into that pinky colour. You can see the remnants of the blue underneath the white. Opening doors, good pillars, good wheels, much better than the other Lotus Europas I've got in my stash. We have the hay trailer, missing 3 of its tyres, missing the 2 yellow ends, but what can we do? I can't hear you. We can 3D print. I've already got the files for it. See, the reason I got this job lot is 10 kilos job lot, because it had many of the vehicles of the 3D print files that I bought to make parts. So it had it for that. The number 47 DAF tip truck needs a top on it. This one's not too bad condition paint wise, it has all its wheels. I do have others in my stash that need the same thing. We have the Ford that's right, the first time. Anyway, it's a Ford D series. It is the tip truck. It does have a window unit in there. It's just fallen down. There we go. Looks like it's got a little scratch on the screen. Has all its wheels. That'll be one to do. This one's a sad looking Mercedes convertible. It's one of the later versions with the big wheels, which need a wheel alignment. It's missing its roof or its canopy, missing the screen. Now with these super fast wheels, whether they be the fat ones or the thin ones, we can do what Johan from Belgian Diecast Restoration does, is put in piano wire for the axles and then use a jewellery spot welder to make the ends. I'm glad to see that Johan has taken my idea and gone ahead with it. He does more this size castings than what I do, hence why you haven't seen it on my channel. We have the Ford wreck truck. Has all its wheels. Tow hook, reasonable condition. Someone's gone through the front windscreen sideways and they've taken out the corners of the bumpers. Windscreen we can make, and we can 3D print a front bull bar to hide the broken bit on the front. I'm sure we can do that. We have the scaffold truck. Like with a lot of my castings, I have several of them. This one needs wheel alignment or change the wire on it. Window unit's okay. Have the 3D files, the free version and the paid for version to do the scaffold. The paid for version is much better than the free version. It is more accurate, but that's not always the case. With some paid versions, they're not as good as some of the free versions. So you should always check both out. We have the super fast Mercury Cougar. The needs a wheel alignment. Does have opening doors. Window units okay. Same green as the Mercury Wagon. Lamborghini Miura. Nice wheels on it. Missing a door. Window unit is good. Paint's not too bad. If I have another one that's got a right hand door, but everything else is knackered on it, we'll put it in this. Or with the experiment that I want to do with the Isogriffo, and I have another one of these with a good door, I'll do the same experiment to see what happens, but that's in another video. We have the Boss Mustang. Window's got a bit of a scuff. It's spent a fair amount of time on its roof. The bonnet does open. The engine is intact. It has all its pipes, side pipes, which is part of the base. Wheels are good. So we'll keep going with that. Matchbox series. Merriweather fire engine. This is the Leyland version. Again, the corners of the bumpers are gone. Missing the ladder. So we'll put that aside. My apologies. I've got a pesky bug like a fly and I want to keep with me. We have a Matchbox Volvo. This one's made in China. Fat super fast wheels. Opening doors. Very square bodied Volvo. Window unit should come okay. Yeah, might as well do it now. Alright, we have the Hot Wheels, the red line. So this one would have been a late 60s, early 70s. That's what I remember before I went from Australia back to Germany, because the family went. The window unit, it may come good. I do remember having this front. I don't remember what was back here. I really don't. I'll have to look it up. But the one that I had, probably 60, not quite 60 years ago, was the Spectra Flame purple one, where this was the Spectra Flame red. I've never done a Hot Wheels of this type. I don't think I've ever done a Hot Wheels on my channel. But there's always a first time. We have the Matchbox Scenic Cruiser. When Matchbox made this, they didn't put 3 windows. Should have been 4. They did it 3 windows so it would fit into its box. I've redone the Scenic Cruiser on my channel a couple of years ago, so you can go back to in the back catalogue. I did this one, some Lidos and Corgi, I think it was, into the greyhound colours, the dark blue roof, white with the big greyhound on the side of it from memory. This one needs the screen fixed or cut out and filled. One of the something like that. But I will do that off camera again because I've already had it on the channel. Keep that one for later. If something has been on the channel, I'll do it off camera. But then again, the things that I've learnt from something that I've done previous to what I've got now, I may have done something different to it. Anyway, we're doing the Dodge Charger. This was one of my favourites as a kid, 60-odd years ago. The stickers on one side's not too bad. This one's a little bit worse, missing its front axle, and as common, they missing the front grille. But with the experiment that I want to do, which will be another video, we may be able to rectify that. We have the chopper. The rear wheel is slightly bent, but this one's going to be a static display like all the others. And if it just sits there, no one's really going to notice that it's bent. The doesn't need a paint job. Paint is quite good on it, no chips that I can see. Everything's there. So that is there. Let's see if we'll focus and you might be able to read it. Matchbox super fast. It's a something 7. Just above my thumb. Wheels are straight, wheels are good. The front sticker isn't too bad. Steering wheel is there, seats in there, and needs a new paint job. Of course, they all need a paint job. Yeah. I'm just stating the obvious. Being 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, okay, we have the horse box or horse float. Regular wheels. Still has its tailgate, but no horses. The paint on it's not too bad. So it may be just the case that where the line is there and the midline there, we may just scrape that and paint the wheel arches as opposed to painting the whole thing. May just do that. We have the Matchbox series horse box. Again, this is the Leyland with the Leyland piece. This has an excellent bumper on the front. The STL 3D print file is this one with the one rivet down the bottom, and it does work because if you have go back to my catalogue in the site hut truck that I did, I think one of them in there are 3D printed. I think. It's been a while. The missing door on here is the same as the horse box here, and we have the 3D file so that we can print the box, and that same file has the green canopy here, the green cover in there as well. That's what's available out there. We have the Impala taxi. It's been through the wars. It's been down the other side of town. I think the roof here is a little bit bent on it. It is missing a pillar on this side, and the pillar that's here, or is it missing two pillars? I think it's missing. Yes, it's missing two pillars. It's missing both front pillars, and it's missing the pillar that's here. So there's three pillars missing on this one. So lots of work on that particular vehicle. We have the caravan, trailer caravan if you like to call it. It's regular wheels. Does have the interior on it all the way through. It is missing the roof, but we have the, what do we have? We've got the 3D file to print the roof. Another super fast GT40 this time. We have the file to print the super fast wheels. We can get a piano wire and use the jewellery spot welder to make the ends. If you want to see how to do it, as I mentioned before, have a look at Johan's Belgium die-cast restorations. He does it in there quite a lot. Needs a new sticker on the front. Doesn't really need a repaint, just needs a clean up and a new decal on the front on that one. We have the DAF girder truck, I'm fairly sure it is. Very hard to read on that plastic base. But the wheels are good on it. It is missing the piece on there that holds the girders in place. We can print the girders, but I'll have to check to see if we can print off the girder holders. We have another 8-wheel Leyland. This time it's a tipper truck. It is missing its tailgate, but as I've said a number of times in the video, what can we do? We can 3D print. This one has good corner bumpers. Excuse me. That might be easier to read if I turn it the right way. This still has its engine cover. Window unit is okay. There's some, I don't know. Let's look at the other side. No, it's supposed to be there. That line that goes there, it's got it on both sides exactly the same. So the window unit is in good order. Wheels are in good order. It's one of those where, do I do something with it or do I leave it alone? Currently I'll leave it alone. We have the 8-wheel crane truck. It's in quite good condition. The crane or the jib itself isn't bent downwards like a lot are. It is loose, and it still has its hook on it. This was one of my favourites 60 odd years ago, or at least 55. The Racing Mini. This one's done a few too many burnouts. The wheel has, yeah, and it's got texture all over it. But we can save it. Isn't that good? We have the Wildcat Mustang. It must have gone to the same place as the Mini. The rear wheels of, yeah, Cactus, missing its engine. Window units in good condition. We can 3D print the engine. Talking about 3D printing engines, we can do the same. We can do it for the Gruesome Twosome. I have quite a number of these. Some actually still have their engines, but their screens are usually buggered. This one's not too bad. We might be able to get that scuff out that's on there. But we could 3D print the engines. Go to a Husky model. Yeah, it's a Sunbeam Alpine. And if my memory serves me correctly, that is what Maxwell Smart drove in the early episodes of Get Smart. Missing screen. Yeah, smart little car. The front bumper is still there. The rear bumper is still there. Yeah, so that might be an interesting one well down the track. This is a casting that I've never had in my life, but I do now. Pontiac convertible. It is missing window unit on the front. I'd like to reach out to a few of the Diecast and Modelers members that I know that have quite a few of these, to see if they've got one that has a screen which they're willing to give up. You just never know. You don't know until you ask. Alright, we have the mod rod. The rear suspension on this one is gone, but otherwise it is not too bad. A bit of a scuff on the top of the screen. The cat on the front's not too bad. All the tyres are there, the engine's there, has all its exhausts on there. So as a static display, I might just leave it as it is. We're almost done. We're almost done. We have the stretcher fetcher. This has some marks, just like all of them do, just about on the corners of the screens. This one's not too bad. The front screen is good. The sticker on this side is a bit washed out. This side's not too bad. We can redo the stickers. We have the tailgate that's working. But yeah, it's only the stickers that really need to be done. That's all I'll be doing with that particular one. we have the Volkswagen 1500 Saloon. This is the later superfast version when they turned them into the metallic red. They used to be white. Used to have Monte Carlo on the front. Somebody threw something out the back window. Has a bit of corrosion on it. Tow bar is crap. It will be coming off anyway. Needs a wheel alignment. Yeah, okay, next we have, I'll turn it the right way around, the Road Dragster, made in England, 1970. This one has its engine. The sticker on the front is very faded. The screen is quite good. The number 8 on the back is not too bad. I do remember sending a couple of these up to Pete, PB Restorations. I think the one that I sent him didn't have an engine in it. But with my experiment that I want to do, we may be able to create a 3D printable file for it. Alright, we have a Rolls-Royce Phantom 4 or Phantom 5? No, Phantom 5 it is. And I remember a TV series that featured the Phantom 5. At least I think it was the Phantom 5. This has the opening trunk or boot. I think I did one of these earlier with a Tomica Rolls-Royce in a brownish colour. This one you'll probably see on the channel, even though I've done the Rolls-Royce beforehand. Here we have a Volkswagen Dragon. Right. This one I've done before on the channel. This one is missing its window unit. Half its sticker is missing. Take note of that, that rivet head. It has not been drilled, but the vehicle will come apart quite easily. So let's need to see if we can get a window unit for it. Not quite the same. Not quite the same. But as I say, where there's a will, there's a way. Because I think I've got the green one that's like this Dodge Charger, the drag one. I'm sure I've got one of those. In case we're getting down there, we're almost done. We have another Husky. Volkswagen pickup it says, which it is. But this had a red item coming up here with a blue conveyor belt on it. The one that I had as a kid was the yellow version that had the raising up and down tower on the back, is what I remember as a kid. This one will probably fill in this hole and maybe make some side gates for it. Who knows? Not me. Maybe my friend Martin, he might know. I'm sure. He'll say, do this, Michael. do this. I miss you, Martin. I miss you. Okay, we have the Baja buggy. Has good wheels. The half the sticker is missing on it. Paint on the front. I'll hold it back here so it clears up a bit. Paint up the top missing, but still does have its engine, and it has all its pipes. We have the stalwart. There we go. The Alba stalwart. Missing tyres, of course. Missing its canopy on there. What can we do? We can 3D print. 3D printing is coming big into this hobby. It is. And it is worthwhile to have a 3D printer. Start off with one, whether it be a resin 3D printer or a filament 3D printer. Just start off with one, just like I did, and until saved up some money and bought the other type. I started off with a resin printer, and I also now have a filament printer, so I now have the best of both worlds. We have the Sports Coupe, Pontiac GP Sports Coupe. Its previous owner wanted to make it a two-tone. We may do that with this one. Again, this as a 50, 60 odd years ago. When does this have a copyright date on it? Not that I can see. Was one of my favourite cars, and I've already done one of these on the channel. You'll have to look at my back catalogue on there. We're almost done. We're almost done. We have a Porsche 959. This one's in quite very good condition. Like all of them, the rear wing always suffers the damage, but that can go on its shelf. We have the ERF truck. It's a very small unit compared to the other castings. It's intact, missing the stickers on the side, of course, but it's quite nice. It's about the sort of it's the size that with the Pontiac, they're pretty much in proportion in the early days. Alright, we have the Matchbox breakdown van. The jib does work, does have the hook on the back. There's this one that will just go on the shelf whenever I get a shelf. And we have another Hot Wheels, another red line, and it's a Rolls Royce. Silver Shadow. It is missing a wheel, but it still has the hub in place. So we'll get in contact with the Red Line shop over in the US. Maybe they have an eBay shop, I don't know. So we need a wheel, and we need the window unit for it. This and this one, whichever I do first, or maybe I might do them both together, will be the first Hot Wheels I'll ever have done on the channel. But to finish us off on this long video, we have a real basket case. The whole front end is missing. These were always weak on this section. So the back half the window unit is okay, but we're missing the front. Missing everything on the front. But again, going back to what I've said a few times, I am doing an experiment. And if it works, be able to recreate that front end, that would be good. All right, that is 10 kilos of die-cast vehicles. So I again thank Martin there. Thank you very much for what he's done for me, being the postman for me. My condolences to Werner, his wife, to his kids and grandkids. My heart goes out to you guys. I'm about to well up. Stand by for part 3 of this video. You'll find it very interesting. So before I start blubbering away, I will sign off for this section. And we're back again. So I hope you enjoyed that unboxing. It was a bit hard. Like I said, that's the last items that I'll get from my very dear friend Martin D. I was honored to get it so well, but this is inspired. So some of the guys at the DMC, Brian, Dre, and Phil, they did a couple of things with AI, and with some images, and so we at the DSMC have been so doing a lot of talking. So, but I tried a little experiment with an image, and I created that. So Martin there is giving us the thumbs up. Isn't that good? So I now have a constant reminder of him, and he's giving me good spirits. It's given me good spirits in another way. With what I did with that, I found something else. So that I could do a figurine from an image of just his face. Been discussing this with the diecast and modelers community tavern members. We meet up Friday night, 9 o'clock UK time. So you've seen in my videos in the past where I've been saying come across over to the DMC tavern or come across to the DMC. We have a virtual meeting Friday night where we discuss a lot of things, and the talk the last last Friday night was me with this. With Martin there, we've done our host, Paul Jones, or PJ. Again, just a image of the face. He had a hat on. This is what was generated. That is jaw-dropping, I think. And if you look closely, this is how PJ felt when we heard the news regarding Martin. And I'm about to do the same thing what PJ's doing there. So they can be together all the time. We have Pete from PB Restorations. Again, you can see here he's doing the same thing as what PJ's doing, and I'm just holding it together. We have our very good Airfix friend, Moz, from Moz6510. This is the fellow that I did the demo on the image to 3D in a recent video. This is the result. Of that. I also have currently Laz from Laz Allo Collectibles, another YouTube channel. These are the ones which I have printed so far, and I'm just ecstatic how these are turning out, and that's all because of that fella. And that's why he's giving us the thumbs up. I'm in the process, first starting off with the past and present cabinets in making these files. I'll print them off for the Australians and send them off to the Australians over here. PJ, it will print them off, I think, for the tavern members and the active DSMC members that are quite active. I'll send him the STL file so he can do the printing over there. Saves on postage cost. All right, okay. Before I blubber and completely lose it, thank you very much for watching. By all means, go back to Martin Dare's channel, watch his videos. They're a very good reference material. There is one more thing that I want to do is, because we also lost Corgi Bob just before Christmas, is create Bob as well. So we can have Martin and Bob together along with the rest of the crew. All right, you don't need to hear me blubbering. I'll say good night from Diecast Labs. Sorry, Laz. I know you're passing out, mate. You're passing out. Your hat is a little bit weighty, mate. All right. So good night from Diecast Labs Australia. I'll pull myself together, and we'll have another video out very soon. Bye for now.